Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. This is Tina with Tina's Craft Creations. I'm on with a destash haul. This is going to be all things that I bought from Stephanie over at Sweet Crafty Girl. She's been destashing a lot of her like old crate paper and Maggie Holmes things, and I've been lucky enough to get a lot of her stuff that she had up for sale, and also some things that she and I discussed privately. Some of this is sort of a continuation from another destash that I had filmed previously, because there were multiple boxes and I didn't go through all of them until now. So I can't really distinguish like what was in that destash and what was in the other one, because everything was sort of mixed and the boxes were, just all sitting out in my garage. So I've just opened everything, sorted through everything, and what I'm doing now, and maybe this organizational system will help someone else, because I'm really hoping it'll help me. I'm going to work on creating like an inventory system for myself, because I have that much Maggie Holmes and crate paper stuff. So, and I please, I don't want anyone like ever to think that I'm like bragging about how much I have, because I'm not trying to come across that way in any way, shape, or form. It's just I have scoured the internet. I've had private conversations with people. I've bought destashes. I have spent so much of my money trying to purchase these things to have this massive stash and collection, and I gift things to people. I give things as gifts to like people for their birthdays or holidays, or my giveaways, like when I hit 2,000 subscribers and 2,500 subscribers, and now that I'm at 3,000 subscribers, things like that. I'm going to be having another giveaway soon. I just need to go through all of my stuff. So please don't ever think that I'm bragging, because I'm really truly not trying to come across that way. It's just that I really do have such a massive amount of stuff that I need to get myself truly organized, so that I have some sort of sanity in my craft space. Because the way I have my craft room is I have all of my my shelving units here like across from my desk, and I keep my collections in order. Not in order, I should say, but like sorted by Maggie Holmes, Crate Paper, and then other designers, Simple Stories, things like that. So that's how I have myself sort of organized here within my craft room. Out in my garage is what I call my overstock, because it's things that I have just extra of. So if I say, for example, I'm crafting with carousel and I run out of a carousel chipboard in my craft room, in my storage envelope that I keep all my stuff in, those big plastic envelopes from Hobby Lobby, I go out in my garage and I pull from my carousel bin. So that's what I call my overstock. So I need to get all of that organized, because over the last year plus, I've been buying more destashes, buying things that I just find randomly on websites, things that I find on eBay and Etsy and Mercari, and things that people sell me just through private conversations, or or people that I reach out to and they sell things to me. So I have so much inventory that I need to organize it, because I want to have a system in place for myself. So if I do run low on something here in my craft room, like say I'm like running low on a chipboard or something for a specific collection, I'm going to create like a spreadsheet or something. It's going to be very detailed. I can look and know how many I have out in my garage before I even go out there. So that's what I'm working on right now. So to get back to this destash haul, what I've done from these destashes that I got from Stephanie, like just this particular set of boxes, I need to go and do all of my other boxes that I've hauled previously, that I just threw everything back in the box and shoved it out in my garage. What I've done with this set of boxes is I've sorted things into sleeves. I buy these like record sleeves, and I've sorted them into categories, essentially. Like if it's an open item, like it's partially used, it's open, it's missing its packaging, whatever. I'm sorting them into sleeves like that. And if it's still in its original packaging, it's never been opened essentially, then I threw it in a bin here on my floor. So that way, when I go through everything in my garage, which is something I'm working on over the next few weeks, I want to organize all my bins and have everything that's like used, like partially open items, partially used items. I want those sitting in the front of my bin so that I can pull and use those first before I open any new products, if that makes sense. I want to open new products absolutely last. So that way I'm using all of the partially used items that I've bought over the years from destashes. So for example, if I have like 5 sets of puffy stickers from Sweet Story and they're all like partially used, I want to have those sitting in the front of my bin before I open a new package that might be in the back of the bin. So I'm trying to really micro organize my inventory because it's right now it's just such a chaotic mess. And these destashes that I've been buying, not only from Stephanie, but other people, or when I've bought things off of eBay and Etsy and Mercari and all of these other sites, sometimes those are partially used as well. So I just want to go through and sort everything. And I've only just started that process now with these boxes. So it is definitely going to be a very long process to go through everything, but I think it'll really help me touch every single item that I have and know exactly what I have. Now, I'm not going to like inventory my like used items that are open, but I am going to inventory all of my unopened items, because then that way I know, like, say I have 6 packs of Sweet Story cardstock stickers and I have 5 chipboards or whatever. So I think it's going to really, really, truly help me get organized and make total sense of all of my craft supplies, because yes, I do have a lot. And again, please don't think that I'm bragging, because that's truly not the case. I do gift things all the time. I have giveaways. I give back to my friends and my crafty community, which is what we are. I give back to the crafty community quite a bit in a lot of different ways. So I really don't want anyone to ever think that I'm bragging, because that's truly not my intention. It's just, I have so much from buying things over the last few years that I really need to get it sorted, truly micro-organized, sorted this time around, because in the past I've organized, but I haven't truly organized to the point where it's perfect. And I'm trying to get to as close to perfect as I can this time around. So sorry for like such a long intro, but that's what I've done with these boxes, is I've sorted things by if it's open and out of the packaging, or just partially used, even if it's still in the original packaging, and if it's not opened at all. So I'm going to show you everything that I've kind of sorted into these sleeves first, and then I'll show you all of the items that were like new, never opened. All right. So the first one is going to be the Heritage Collection. Now this is, she had, and I might not take every single thing out of sleeves because I have quite a bit here. But this one is a partially used chipboard, only missing like 1 sticker there, but it is open, so I'm considering it like open. And then there was a couple here that were used that had missing stickers, and they're out of the original packaging. So I'm just putting them right now. This is not how I'm going to permanently store them, but I just, I don't have the larger Ziploc bags. I ordered some from Amazon, so all I have right now are these record sleeves. So I'm using these temporarily. And then she also had some of the thickers for Heritage. So that is that collection that's like used, opened, etc. She also had some Marigold cardstock stickers. Again, these are used out of the original packaging or whatever. And so I just sorted them into their own separate envelope, because that's how I'm going to have them sorted in bins by collection. So I just sorted them just, again, as a temporary solution kind of thing. Oliver, get out of here right now. You're being a very naughty boy. The next one is Chasing Dreams. There is a partially used chipboard. And again, you guys have probably all seen this many times. And then a partially used chipboard thickers. So again, even though it's only missing like, is this one even? Maybe this one's new and I need to throw this in my new bin. Actually, this goes in my new bin. Sorry about that, you guys. So she just had one partially used chipboard for this particular collection. Okay, so again, I'm just doing this temporarily until I get my larger Ziploc bags, and then I'm going to sort the open / partially used items into zippered bags. That way things don't fall out. Carousel, there was a partially used paper pad with like some scraps in it and things. And again, I'm not going to do thorough flip throughs of everything because it's just, there's a lot here. But this is a partially used chipboard. So again, you know, maybe this way of organizing might help someone else like get ideas as to how to organize their supplies, even if it's not even a massive amount of stuff like I have. It just might be helpful in some way. But she also had all hearts. So this is, again, there's partially used chipboards here that are out of the packaging. And then this also, in addition to organizing, this is also me putting these things into like zippered bags and things is going to help protect these items so that the chipboard doesn't get all like, you know, rummaged around and messed up and stuff like that. And she also had some of these thickers that were partially used and open. So those, some of the tassels, and then a partially used, again, with partially used 6x8 paper pad with some scraps in it. So again, this is just what I want to reach for first when I'm playing with these collections so that I'm not constantly opening new product every time I pull out a collection. You know, when I start running out of what I have here in my craft room in my sleeves, because right now I have everything stored by collection in like those sleeves from Hobby Lobby. But as I start running out of those items, I want to start reaching for these items first. The used items, the ones that are already opened and partially used, so that I'm not using new stuff until I'm out of opened stuff, if that makes sense. She had some chipboard from Confetti, again, very partially, or very much used up, but I can obviously still get life out of these items. So yeah, you guys, as I, you know, like, as I said, I have just so much stuff, and it's just, it's such a process. Like, it really is. And the more I think about it, because I'm kind of like, I'm like laying in bed at night thinking about this organization project, and I'm just like, oh, I'm getting anxiety about it because it's just so much. It's just a lot of work, and it's just me. I don't have any help or anything, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take me forever. Anyways, this is a collection that I have acquired from her that's a new to me collection called Little Bo Peep from Crate Paper from 2012. I've never had this collection, so I'm actually excited to have some bits of it. It's a baby theme, but obviously a lot of these things can be used for anything. Like, these are just like, you know, this is baby, but I could use that one for anything. And I think a lot of this will go nicely with, oh, I'm not even telling you the names of these papers. I'm so sorry. Again, I'm trying not to make this video like an hour long, but this is called Alice. This one is called Clara. This one is called Hazel. I really like this one. This is super pretty. And I think this paper will go nicely with some of my older Maggie Holmes collections and Crate Paper collections. This one is called Violet. So I guess it's just names of like little girls, which is super cute. This one is called Sophia. I really like that green. That's so pretty. This one is called Charlotte. So yeah, you guys, here's another one of this one. So it's such a process. And any of you that have organized a craft room, you know, like how much work it is. This one is called Adelaide. And a pattern, remember, I was like really struggling to figure out what this was called in the other video. It's a pattern, and I was like, what is that called? Like I said, I forget words when I'm filming. This one is beautiful, called Matilda. I love this one so much. Really pretty. There's another one of this one, this gorgeous green floral one. So I'll put that one together. And then another one of this one called Charlotte. So another one of this one with the flowers. And then another couple of the Matilda one, which is so gorgeous. So that is some really nice paper to add to my stash that I've never had before. And again, she also had some stickers, which are partially used. These are just like one big sheet of like stickers. And then an unopened chipboard, which I probably will never open. Because when I only have one thing, I typically don't open it. Like Alicia over at Love Letter Generation, she has what she calls her crafty vault. And I kind of have something similar in that sense when it's like something that I just don't have any duplicates of. And yeah, because I don't have anything really to go with this as far as like, or I mean, not that I don't have anything to go with it, but because it's a baby theme, and it's the only chipboard I have, I'll probably just keep it, and then I'll just use the paper, like some of the paper with other collections, like the patterns that don't look babyish. So that's Little Bo Peep. All right, for Crate Paper, or I'm sorry, Maggie Holmes Bloom. She actually had two chipboards, but one was like No, she had taken some pieces off of another one, I guess, and just kind of stuck them on here. So I pulled them off and put them in a sleeve. But this is the partially used one that was like not stuck to another one. And then this is the cardstock stickers that are partially used. So again, I can still get a lot of projects out of these items. It's just a matter of using these items first before I open anything new. And yeah, so that's my whole thought process, because I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Like, how am I going to get this really, truly organized? She had a Willow Lane 6x8 paper that is partially used. So I've just, you know, I've had lots of conversations with my crafty friends about how I want to organize, and like been kind of tossing ideas out. And then she had some crate paper, craft market paper. I'm not going to open this, but there was some of this and that other destash. Oh, I'm sorry for the glare. So this is a, actually this might be an unopened pack. So let me just take that out and put it with my new stuff. Sorry, you guys, I'm all over the place. She also had some of the round trip paper, just 12 by 12s by themselves. So I'm going to just show you those real quick. So a couple of this one called Voyage. A couple of this one called Abroad. A couple of this one called Getaway. A couple of, oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of this one called Departure. 2 of this one called Seasonal. 1 of this one, no, I'm sorry, 2 of this one called Bike Path. And then 1 of this one called Snapshot. So again, I'm going kind of fast. I'm so sorry. I had a really long intro to this video and then also a lot to show you. So yeah, you guys, what are your thoughts and opinions on my organizational process? Because this is like, I'm so interested in like learning ways to do this a little better if I can, but I really think that this idea that I have of sorting it this way will make such a difference. This is Sunny Days. There's this one here called Snapshot. There's a couple of this one called Parasol. There's this one called Happy Place. This one called Bright Days. Oh, here's another Parasol one, sorry. This one is called Bright Days with the watermelon and the words. There's a couple, 3, 4 of this one with the little beach scene called Seaside. And then it looks like there's some more of this one with the watermelon and the words. Okay, so that's all the Sunny Days 12 by 12 double-sided papers. So yeah, it's just, what are your thoughts and opinions on how I'm coming up with these organizational ideas? Can you make any suggestions? I really would love to hear your thoughts. All right, Sweet Story, 12 by 12 double-sided papers. This one is called Confection. This one is called Glee. There's 4 of this one. Some florals called Posies. This one, although she cut the strip off of this one, so I don't remember what it's called. There's another one of this one. This one called Sweet Treat. This one, oh, here's some more of the confection paper. Let's see. A few more of those, actually. Let me get all of these together. Sorry, there's like a bunch of them. Quite a few of these. Some of this one. So this is that confection one with the cut aparts. Here's another one with, oh, this one, which I didn't have the name of over there, was called Sweetly. And then another one of this one. So that's all the paper for Sweet Story. Actually, no, I set some aside for someone that I'm going to gift some paper to who's looking for this collection. So again, you know, as I buy these destashes, I do sometimes give things away. Sometimes I sell things as destashes myself. It just depends on, you know, what I'm trying to do at that time. All right, Garden Party. There's a bunch of like, this one's going to be hard. I might not even show this one. This one is just a bunch of random things from Garden Party, and she had a ton of scraps. I sorted them. I had to throw a bunch of them away, unfortunately, because a lot of them were very damaged from the way she had them stored in like her big envelopes. They were like bent up. Some of them had the glue and things on them. So I did have to throw some away. But this is everything from Garden Party that was open and like partially used. So I have a big sleeve of this plus a bunch of scraps. Ollie, move your butt, please. All right. Crate paper, Fa La La, which is, I forgot to mention this when I was doing that haul with some of my other crafty, or my other, oh my gosh, some of the other Christmas stuff. I forgot to mention Fa La La because it's one of the ones that I have never really had much of. So I'm excited to have a bit more of it. Not really that much, honestly, but it's mostly some paper. A lot of it is single-sided, which I don't love, but I mean, I'm still happy to have it. There's a huge stack of this one here, which is a cut-apart sheets. There's a huge stack, like, I don't know how many sheets, but this collection is so adorable. I do mix this one when what little I have mixed with Hey Santa, but I love this collection as well. I wish I could find more of it. And then the other paper that she had that was single-sided was this one. Big stack of this one as well. So those two. And then there was also some scraps that, again, like I sorted because I'm trying to, well, no, I didn't sort these. I'm sorry. I didn't go through this envelope yet, but I am going to sort them. But what I'm trying to do is sort things that will make it easier for me to use. All right. She also had some of these stickers, which again, I've never had, although I think these are Merry Days. This is definitely from Merry Days and not Fa La La. So this is a random set of puppy stickers, like partially used for Merry Days, which I don't have anything here in these particular destashes, but I'll put that with my Merry Day stuff. And then she had these like Fa La La, like, see how this stuff is just kind of like, it's just a mess. So I'm trying to like really get it organized a bit so that I can use it in a better way, because a lot of these things are just, they're beautiful and I definitely want to get use of them, but they just are a bit of a mess. And I just really want to get them. I love that little camper. It's so cute. So these are just partially used like enamel stickers from Fa La La. Again, this is a collection that I have not really ever had much of. I've only ever been able to find some of those like single-sided sheets. And here's a sticker from Merry Days. I need to put this on here. So I've only ever really been able to find like some of those enamel or the single-sided papers, and like I think I do have some cardstock stickers, but not much. It's mostly just paper, and I've never really had much in the way of embellishments to go with Merry Days, or excuse me, Fa La La. But she did have several packs of stickers, and these are again partially used. But I'm happy to have them because this one might be brand new. And look at that. This is back when Frank Garcia sold them for $3.99. This collection is from 2017. So quite a few of these, which is really nice because I don't have much in the way of this collection. So I do need to go through this envelope. This is the envelope she sent me that was, everything was stored in. So I need to go through it and sort the scraps. But that is that one. She also had some Market Square. Again, I'm not going to take everything out because there were tons of scraps. So lots of scraps I've sorted. There is some chipboard in here. Lots of 12 by 12 papers. And there was this huge envelope full of, there's puppy stickers, there's stickers, chipboard. This is just like a huge, I don't even know what's in here. I didn't even look. But it's just like chipboard that she's taken off of the backing. There's like little embellishments that she's created, so I can use some of those, just like little cut aparts. But see, some of this stuff gets hard to use because it's like stuck together. That's why I personally don't like to do this kind of stuff. Again, you know, this is me buying a destash. I can't complain, you know, but I'm just saying, like, my personal preference is to keep it a bit more organized, so things don't end up like damaged when you're, you know, going to work with it. Like, but look at these butterflies she's created. These are great for like embellishments that I will now have ready to go for Market Square. So I'll go through this eventually. And she had, yeah, just some like little miscellaneous bits in this giant envelope. So that will definitely come in handy. So again, that was Market Square. And I know my sweet friend Karen has fallen in love with this collection. She was playing with it recently, and she's like, oh, I love this collection. I wish I would have bought more of it when it was out. All right, last couple are Valentine collections. And as I mentioned in my other one, because again, I did haul some of this already in another video, I have some more of the Main Squeeze collection. She had some more of the chipboard and some other things to go with this. And she also had scraps, which I'm hoping they don't fall out of here. So there's some thickers. There's, you know, outfit thickers, these like puffy thickers. These I'm not really sorting if they're used or not, because they're very specific for like holidays. So I'm not going to sort these into like separate sleeves. I'll just keep them together. But here's a few more of the chipboard, which I'm super excited to have. There's an unopened one, and then I had those other ones from that other set of destashes. So that's super exciting. She had some more of the puffy stickers, this little sticker book, but again, like all these stickers are kind of like just loose in here, which drives me a little crazy. Some ephemera bits, again, a sleeve of them, and then the 6x6, which is partially used, which is totally fine. So that's that's Main Squeeze. And the last one, you guys, I'm really, really excited about as well is a Heart Day, because again, I mentioned I don't have much in the way of Heart Day, but she had 2 chipboards. One's open, one's unopened, and oh, I just wish I had like 100 of these. They're so freaking cute. Like, look at this. Like, how can you not look at this and like completely love it? She had a couple packs of the ephemera. So cute. 2016 is when Heart Day came out. An unopened pack of the stickers. So again, this is going to be in my crafty vaults because I can't use them. Like some of the embellishments, which I will not open either because they're just too cute. I have tons of these because I found a bunch at Joann's last year, but a couple of those were in here. And that is everything. And long video, you guys, I'm so sorry, but if anyone has any questions, please let me know. Again, I do want to know your thoughts on my organizational process, and I will show things if you guys want to see like how I'm organizing things like as I get to the point where I want to be before I do my craft room tour. So if you want to see any little like behind the scenes kind of things, just let me know. But if anyone has any questions, please let me know. If you've not already, I'd greatly appreciate if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.